Studio Series 110 Bumblebee Movie Shockwave. This figure means so much to me. Shockwave is my favorite Transformer since it is my channel profile from this design. This design is my favorite Shockwave design ever. It's pretty much just the movie, well, the G1 design. It's just the G1 design, but like added on, like it has the two back parts from Transformers Prime Shockwave. And I just love this design. And this figure has a very interesting story because Hasbro's distribution sucks, especially where I live. So I looked for this guy for 3 months after he came out. It took me like 3 to 4 months to actually get this guy. And the one time I didn't go to a Target with my brother, he found this at Target. He got it for me. Thank you so much, literally. Because this is probably one of my favorite figures I've ever held. It just, my God, I love this thing so much. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just get into the review of Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Shockwave. So moving Shockwave to the side, let's look at his packaging. So we have the B Movie logo right up here, Shockwave 110 Studio Series, Shockwave's name, Transformers, Bumblebee Movie, the number, a close-up of his face, a side profile of him, and what he transforms into. And on the bottom is boring stuff like barcode. And that's it for his box. Now let's look into this guy's accessories. Now the first major accessory this guy comes with is actually his gun arm. His gun arm does detach, and it tabs on with that little slot right there. So what you can do is you can just tab that in right there on the little slot on his arm, and there we go. He's ready to go kill some Autobots. Now, his next accessory is this hose. I don't like having my figure, having this guy with the hose on, because the rubber can deteriorate over time, and I just don't want mine to just dissolve. So you're just gonna tab one side, just plug that in to underneath his weird little spikes, and then right there on the side of the gun, just gonna push it in like that, and there's Shockwave with his gun and the hose, the little tube on it. For the rest of the review, this is not going to be here because I just don't like it. Moving on to size comparison, here is Shockwave next to Bumblebee Movie Optimus Prime. Here is Shockwave next to Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Soundwave. Here's Shockwave next to Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Megatron. This guy is $55 and this guy's $35, and they're the exact same height. I don't have Bumblebee Movie Starscream, but I do have Skywarp. So here is Shockwave next to Skywarp, which is the same mold as Starscream. And finally, here's Shockwave next to Bumblebee Movie Core Class Shockwave. They are very similar, especially in alt modes, but this guy has a much nicer purple than this guy. And that is it for Shockwave's size comparison. So let's move on to articulation. So moving on to Shockwave's articulation, he has a swivel for a head. He can look up very slightly and look down very slightly. He has his arms can go out. They are on very soft ratchet joints. They can do his arms can do a full 360. With the hose, they wouldn't be able to do a full 360. Well, this arm wouldn't with the gun. And then Shockwave has an arm bend, no bicep swivel. He does have a forearm swivel, and on this side he has a wrist swivel. He also has a waist swivel. His arms he can do a split, while arms meant legs. His legs can kick up that far and back that far. He has a thigh swivel, a knee swivel, a knee bend, and his feet can go back. That's mainly for articulation. He has a very small, ankle tilt, yeah. Very small ankle tilt. And that is it for Shockwave's articulation. Now moving on to transformation. First, what you just want to do is you just want to remove the gun from the hand, set that to the side, and then you're going to pull this whole assembly down, pull in the hand, and close that up. Depending on which hand you have with the gun, this will already be done depending on which side you have on with the gun. And then you're just going to want to, you can do a T-pose and then pull out the legs like this. You're going to do this the splits kind of, grab the thigh and twist that down. Then you're going to want to go to the back. You can pop this up, spin it around to form the treads. And you're just going to want to push the feet all the way back. And then that's it for the legs. And then you just want to grab his uniboob right here. Grab his boob and pull this all the way down over his crotch. And then there should be this little tab right here and a little slot right there on the leg that will just slide into. Do the same on this side. And then go to the bottom, grab this part right here, and just want to push this down. And then pull up the head and grab this whole assembly right here and bring it upwards. And then go to the arms and you just want to tab that in right there. Do it on both sides. And then swivel both of the arms to form like this. They will go up and tab in, as there is a little tab right there. Will pop right into place. And that's it for the main tank. Then you're gonna get the gun. You can pull this out like that, and then flip that little bit up, and then this will tab right into there. And the last part is, if you are using the hose, you're just going to do the same thing that you did in robot mode. You're going to plug it into the gun and then also plug it in to the back. Like that. And then here is Shockwave in his tank mode. He is actually very big in his tank mode. For example, here is Bumblebee Movie Megatron next to Shockwave's alt mode. It doesn't even fit on doesn't really fit on the screen. So that's that. Yeah, his alt mode's very big. I don't usually do this, but I think I should do an alt mode size comparison between Voyager class B-Movie Shockwave and the core class. They look very similar. They are pretty much the exact same in alt modes. Their transformations are a bit different. I will probably do a short review of this guy or a full review depending on what I really want to do. But here them two are next to each other in the tank modes. And there's my review on Studio Series 110 Transformers Bumblebee Voyager class Shockwave.